Hi, this is Kate with Kate's Home Creations, and I'm going to show you how to use my dragon wreath kit. Right here is everything that's included in my wreath kit. Everything you need is in there, with the exception of hot glue and hot glue gun, clips for the scales, so any old clips will work, chip bag clips, whatever. And you're going to need scissors or wire cutters. Okay, so here's the first thing that I included is this wreath frame. Okay, so you can see that there are raised bars, and that's usually the front of the wreath, but in this case it's going to be the back, because this flat white mesh surface here is going to be where you attach your scales. So the raised bars here are going to be in the back, and you'll notice that there's all kinds of markings all along here. On the other side there's stickers with numbers on them. We'll go through what each of those means. It's basically where you're going to attach everything and do what you got to do. Put that aside. Okay. Now we have our mask. You can see here that it already has the eyes attached. I did that because a lot of people end up using hot glue, and hot glue does not really work very well on these masks. It does not stick. Something I found out for sure. So what I did, I used super glue, and I didn't want to count on you having the glue. Okay, and here we have the tail. Again, everything is wired up, as you can see. Wired up with numbers that I'll show you how to use. And here we have our wings, and this is the very back of the wings. Okay, so here we have a loose piece of white grid. This is going to be where you put your fire breath, and again it's wired so that you can attach it easily to the frame. Okay, and here we have our fabric mesh or poly burlap. I use one of the two because it's a lot easier than deco mesh to work with. It doesn't fray as much, and in my opinion it looks a lot better. So here you're going to have at least 30, if you chose two colors, you're going to have at least 36 pieces right here of your primary color, and then 18 of your second one. It's 10-inch mesh, and it's been cut into 10-inch squares. And this is going to be your scales. That's what's going to make up your main body. Alright, and here you have your deco mesh, 5.5 inch. It's cut into 5.5 inch squares, similar to that. And this is what you're going to use for your fire breath. You're going to have at least 40 of them, because you're going to use 2 different pieces for each flame. And I tend to make about 15 to 20, I would say, to put on this grid. Okay, and in here, is our little baggie. You'll see in here, you have popsicle sticks. We'll go over that in a little bit. They are labeled with a letter for attaching your wings. You're going to have a whole bunch of zip ties, at least 150. These are 4-inch. You're going to have 6-inch because it's easier to work with. I don't mind the 4-inch myself though. And here you're going to have 2 pipe cleaners or pieces of floral wire. They're going to be numbered, and they're going to secure your battery pack. I prefer the pipe cleaners because I think it's a little bit more secure. And you're also going to have a string of mini lights. By the way, these have replaceable batteries, and they come with the batteries in the first place. So you don't ever have to worry about that. And finally, we are going to have written instructions And you're also going to have video instructions, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to put them up on YouTube for you. Oh, and one last thing. On our wreath frame, you can see we already included a hook. It's just a pipe cleaner, but it gets the job done. And that right there is exactly what you're going to get with my wreath kit.